Welcome back to AutoZone. Today we're taking a deep dive into the eagerly anticipated Rivian R2, the all-electric SUV set to arrive in 2026, and one of the most exciting developments in the EV world. Rivian is pushing into a much broader market with this model, and what that means for buyers, competitors, and the electric SUV landscape is pretty significant. Let us explore everything we know so far about the R2: the design, the tech, the performance, and what it might mean for you. When you first glance at the R2, you'll notice that it carries the distinctive Rivian design language familiar from the bigger R1 models, but in a more compact, park-friendly package that's clearly aimed at a wider audience. The proportions, about 185.6 inches long, 75 inches wide and 66.9 inches tall, with a 115.6-inch wheelbase, make it smaller than the three-row Rivian R1S but still spacious and commanding. That shorter size means it will be more manageable in everyday driving while retaining that rugged, purposeful stance typical of Rivian's aesthetic. The exterior styling carries over many cues: flush door handles, slab-sided doors, a seamless glass roof option, and functional front storage trunk space. Inside EVS +2. Consumer Reports +1. Underneath, the R2 is built on a dedicated new architecture, not just a downsized version of what's existed. Rivian has committed to multiple powertrain options: a single-motor rear-wheel drive configuration, a dual-motor all-wheel drive, and for the more performance-oriented version, a tri-motor setup. On range, it's looking very competitive. Rivian is targeting over 300 miles of range for the larger battery version. Performance-wise, the tri-motor variant is expected to launch from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 3 seconds. That's serious territory for a mid-size electric SUV, and shows Rivian wants the R2 to appeal to both adventure seekers and performance lovers alike. Motor Trend +1. Motor Trend +1. Motor Trend +1. In terms of everyday usability, the R2 offers seating for 5 across 2 rows, leaving more cargo space in the rear and a front trunk for additional storage. Inside, Rivian has incorporated clever touches: dual glove boxes, extra cubbies, and a flat folding rear seat arrangement that lets you haul large items or even camp out if you like. On the tech side, you get a large central touchscreen infotainment display, and while Rivian isn't focusing on apps everywhere, its system is clean, modern, and built around their in-house software platform. The charging side is strong too. NACS compatibility, which means access to Tesla superchargers in North America, is confirmed, and fast charging rates are expected to match or exceed similar Rivian models. Car and Driver +1. Motor Trend +1. Motor Trend +1. Motor Trend +1. One of the big selling points for the R2 is how Rivian is positioning it: a premium electric SUV experience, but at a more accessible price point than the large three-row models. Rivian's aim is for the base R2 to start around $45,000 before options. For many buyers, this means an EV with serious capability, style, and practicality without the ultra-high price tag. Of course, higher spec versions will cost more once you add in AWD, large battery pack, bigger wheels, and extra features, but the starting point is impressive. Car and Driver +2. Let us pause a moment and talk about who this R2 is for. If you're looking for an electric SUV that can handle daily commutes, weekend getaways, some light adventure, and have a stylish, tech-rich cabin without stepping into ultra-luxury territory, the R2 stands out. It's not the 7-seat, ultra-capable off-roader of the R1S, but that's the point. This is more urban-friendly, efficient, and versatile. The competition includes models like the Tesla Model Y, Ford Mustang Mach-E, Hyundai Ioniq 5, and other emerging EVs in that mid-size crossover category. But the R2 brings that Rivian brand identity of great design, rugged capability, and EV tech into a format many more buyers can consider. Inside EVs. Of course, no vehicle is perfect, and there are things to watch. Because the R2 sits on a new platform and will launch in early 2026, depending on region there might be waiting lists or supply constraints initially. Also, while over 300-mile range is promised, real-world numbers may vary depending on trim, driving style, and conditions. The tri-motor version S under 3 seconds 0 to 60 is very compelling, but again that likely comes at higher cost and may reduce range compared to the base versions. Ground clearance is lower than the larger R1 models, about 9.8 inches compared to the R1 SS up to 14.9 inches, so while it retains some off-road spirit, it is less extreme than its bigger sibling. On pricing, $45K starting is great, but extras and premium options can add up fast. Motor1.com let us think about what this means for the EV market more broadly. The launch of the R2 is a pivot for Rivian. It's where they move from niche premium EV maker to a more scalable volume play. That means more people will get access to Rivian's design, tech, and brand values. It also means competitors must pay attention. Offering electric SUVs with strong performance, range, accessibility, and brand credibility is becoming table stakes. For buyers in regions like Pakistan, where import costs and taxes play a big role, a model like the R2 may still carry premium pricing, but the concept of a relatively affordable premium electric SUV is a strong shift. If you're watching this in our part of the world, remember to check local availability, importation rules, charging infrastructure, and service network when considering an EV like the R2. While the vehicle's specs and promise are exciting, the ecosystem matters too. For instance, right now Rivian's main production is in Normal, Illinois, in the US, where the R2 will start its build before additional factories come online. So depending on your region you may need to factor in shipping, import duties, service logistics, and software updates. Car and Driver Plus One. To wrap up, the 2026 Rivian R2 is shaping up to be a standout electric SUV, stylish, practical, fun to drive, with tech to match and an accessible starting price. It's not just about the numbers, it's about delivering real-world value, a strong brand identity, and a forward-looking driving experience. For anyone looking to buy an EV that does a lot of things well and doesn't compromise on premium feel, the R2 is very much one to watch. If you enjoyed this overview, hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed to AutoZone, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss our future deep dives, comparisons, and long-term reviews. Let us know in the comments, what's the feature you're most excited about in the Rivian R2? Is it the performance, the range, the brand, or something else entirely? Thanks for watching, and until next time, this is AutoZone, where passion meets precision, and every drive tells a story.